Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and iPadOS 26 releases within the next 24 hours. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare to update. Now, I already made a similar video on my iPhone, but I wanted to make one for the iPad as well. So, if you're not already aware, just like iOS 26, it carries over some of the same liquid glass functionality in places such as music, how you can scroll up and you have liquid glass. But the iPad gets some distinct features, and one of them you can already see. I have the new windowing system. You can resize it, you can close out of different apps. The yellow button is to minimize, and the green button is to make it full screen and half screen. That is one of the new features in iPadOS 26. If you go into home screen or multitasking and gestures, you will have three new options. You will have windowing or stage manager, which is now available on all iPads, windowing, which is also available on all iPads, or you will have the old full screen. But I like the new windowing mode. You even have a control for it. Tapping it once will turn it off. Tapping it again will turn it on. And you have your option to switch between windowing, and you also have your option to switch between, you can see I just activated it there. You have your option to switch to stage manager. So you have some really great options in iPadOS 26. And I am running the RC, but everyone else will get it tomorrow on the 15th of September. As far as how to prepare to update, well, the first thing I would always recommend you do is, if your iPad is below 50%, plug it into a charger. Now, there was an update about a couple years ago where you can have about 20% battery or so. And I believe that was with iPadOS 16.4. I don't quite remember, as it was 2023. Now, the second thing I would recommend you do is go into settings. Once you're in settings, you want to tap on your name at the top. Then you want to go to iCloud Backup. And you can see, just like my iPhone, I'm out of iCloud storage. Now, I don't know if they have the option under transfer or reset iPhone. They probably do. Yeah, they do. Prepare for new iPad. I did not know that was there. But I guess it's similar to the iPhone, where it gives you 21 days of free storage. I would not recommend you press that. I know a couple months ago I said you should press that. I didn't know much about the feature. But now that I do, once you press that and you run out of 21 days of getting storage, you won't be able to repress that again. So if you are out of iCloud storage, the best thing you can do is back up your iPad into a Mac with Finder or a PC with the Apple Devices app. If you don't have neither of those, well, I guess you could hope that the update works or get 50 gigs of iCloud storage. As you see, I am out of iCloud storage. At least for me, I don't have any. But if you try to do a backup, let's see when my iPad was last backed up. I believe it could have been July, just like my iPhone 12. But the backup is not going to work, as I don't have no storage, iCloud storage. So then, once you have successfully backed up your device, you then want to go into your iPad storage and check how much storage you have. In this case, I have 41.01 gigabytes. And just like my iPhone 12, this is a 64 gig iPad. I have 22.94 gigabytes remaining. Now, once you're happy with what you have, you then want to go to software updates. And just like my iPhone, you guys are already able to tell because I have the new windowing system opened. And that's one of the new features in iPadOS 26 and also Stage Manager. And this is an iPad Air 4th generation. This is the 2020 iPad Air. This device never supported Stage Manager until now with iPadOS 26. Now, I am running the RC version or also the developer beta, but it's still the same thing. I will be turning off beta updates tomorrow after the update is released, so my iPad is not trying to install iPadOS 26.1 Beta 1. As I'm not going to install the first developer beta, I might wait till like Beta 3 or Beta 4 to get the update, not Beta 1, as it will be quite buggy. And just like with my iOS 26 video, I am going to have one for the iPad. Although I may have to do the one for the iPad on Tuesday, as I'm going to have two videos tomorrow. One's going to be a 20-minute video, and the other one is going to be an hour-long live stream. And I will have a placeholder on my YouTube channel for tomorrow at 8 p.m. as I'm going to do a live stream covering all of the features in iOS 26. I will do that live stream from my iPad. I usually live stream from my iPhone, but this time I'm going to live stream from my iPad so that I can cover every change in iOS 26. Then on Tuesday, I'm going to have a separate video for the iPad. I may try to fit it in tomorrow, but it depends on the video and my live stream. So that is how you prepare to update to iPadOS 26. You will be happy with the new windowing system, all of the updates with the iPad being a step closer to the Mac. And windowing / Stage Manager, it will work on every iPad, regardless of model you have. As long as it can be updated to iPadOS 26, you will have the new Stage Manager and the new windowing system. Even the iPad 8th generation that has the home button will get this feature as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.